Good morning, everyone. Can everybody see the slide? Okay. Okay. Now is 10 a.m. So we have 57 people here. Let's start. So what we will do today, because we don't have mini case for this week, so we think the only thing we need to do is recap the lecture and uh, I will like just emphasize some like points we mentioned in the class. Uh, I will use my own view to let you know. I'll give you like further explanation of that. Okay, at the very beginning, we learned the value chain analysis. I think the thing you need to know is first thing is what is the definition of the value chain analysis. Uh, I think you don't need to remember all the detailed thing of the definition, but you need to know it's like a dynamic process is from the raw materials into finished products and the service. Also, you need to know there is a link between the different functions or different steps of the process. And another thing you need to know is uh, what how many factors or how many steps are in the primary activities, and how many steps are in the support activities. So you need to remember these detail things, and it might happen in the quiz. I'm not sure what the content will occur in the quiz, but I think this kind of thing is very important. Okay, any question here? Uh, I want to mention, like in here, uh, like the primary activities is the activities you can't leave for a company you can't leave. Uh, that means if we don't have any one of the primary, we lose any one of the primary activities, the company cannot run very well. Maybe it might cannot run. Uh, but if you lose any one of the supportive activities, the company can run, but it cannot run very well. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, there's another thing. I remember professor mentioned in the lecture, but he didn't see too much. But I want to use my experience to tell you what's the difference uh, between these two charts or these two form here or two picture. So can anybody tell me what the difference between the uh, upper one and this industrial value chain? What's the difference? They are both the value chain analysis. Can anybody tell me?
There's no support activities in the industry value chain.
Sorry, can I say again?
There's no support activities in the industry value chain.
Uh, Basically, the difference here is the value chain in the upper analysis is in the upper picture is company level value chain analysis. But here you can see his industry value chain. Like you can see here is your firm, and you can see you have the upstream suppliers or the downstream some distributors or customers. When you need to do the analysis for your company, I mean the value chain, you need to know um, maybe it's a question, maybe like when you in the business, you need to do analysis. You need these are two different things. The industry value chain is like from the upstream to the next stream, maybe the downstream, the distributor or customers. This is where are you? So how many you get the stuff from the upstream company and then you sell or you provide the service and the goods to the next level or to the downstream companies. That's the meaning of the industry value chain. So you cannot use uh, it to analysis the company level value chain analysis. In the class, we emphasize value chain analysis, company level value chain analysis, which is here. So we have already talked about in the last slide, but uh, I need let you know you need to know here is the difference between the industry level and the company level value chain. So because in my, I think it's the last year class, my master degree class, we have a class called strategic management. Is similar to this class. The professor let us do the same thing as the CCC. I mean your group assignment or group case. Uh, Professor let us to do the value chain analysis, but we didn't know which one to choose. So I picked the wrong one, the value chain analysis, the company level. value chain analysis, but the professor led us to do at the very beginning is industry value chain. So you need to know the difference. Okay, so next one is resource-based view. So here we learn the like two types of the concept. The first one is resources, and the next one is capabilities. So the difference between the two things is resources is like what kind of stuff or what kind of assets the company have. For the resources, we have major four types of resources: physical resources, financial resources, human resources, intangible resources. But for the capabilities is a procedure or a process. So you can see the green font here. I mentioned resources means what of the value creation, and capabilities means how those was get employed. Okay, any question here? And I think you need to know, in addition to the resources and capability, you need to know the priorities, because we mentioned the priorities in the company diamond. I will talk about later in the lectures. Also, you need to know is the assets belong to the resources, and what's the difference between the operating capabilities and the dynamic capabilities. Okay. The priorities is you can see is very apparent from its surface meaning of the word. Is the firm values and the rankings of what is most important. Like you have many things to do in the company, and you need to take you need to pick the highest priority things to pick at the very beginning, and this priority support your capabilities and the resources, and then contribute your strengths or weaknesses. That's a thing happen in your company diamond analysis. Okay, any question here? Okay, good. So here's a discussion section. So can anybody tell me what's the make of this vehicle?
Audi.
Yeah, it's Audi. So what's the difference between A6L versus A6? What does L mean here? What meaning of L here?
Is it the luxury?
No,
Larger.
model size later. You can see, or you can type in your answer in the chat box. Any other answers? Large, yes. An optic model, the size of, yes, it's larger. Yeah, so many people will answer is by like luxury, just because like we can see so many. It's like American way to define what is L, or the short name L on the rear side logo of the vehicle. You may see like some SE I think the meaning of that is sports edition or like LE or XSE. Means like extra or something else. I think American way is to define the type of the car by this way, right? So interior. Why is interior? Okay. Yeah, L wouldn't mean luxury. Audi is already luxury. Good, Gary. So why I want to mention is just because like the larger version for the Audi 6 or like any other types of the Audi, like Audi A4, Audi A6, Audi A8, this kind of luxury car in the Chinese market, they have a larger version, and it's unique in the global market of the Audi because any other country, I think they don't have a Audi Audi A6L or Audi A4L. I think it's very weird because last time I found the Audi A6L in the UV. I think just like somebody that randomly like adds a L after they buy some logo from the Amazon or eBay and then attach it into the rear side of the car. I think it's very interesting because I've never seen the L version of the Audi A6 here. So you can see the picture here. The upper one is Audi A6 in the American market, and is very similar, or I think it's the same to the version in the like UK market or German market or European market, and downside one is the Chinese market version. So this I think this one is introduced into Chinese market or into European market as late 19th or the very beginning of the 21st century. You cannot see the L after the A6 in Chinese market for this version. But after this tab, I think the next generation is it was introduced into Chinese market in 2009. The company will add the L after the A6. So what's the difference between the A6 to A6L is to add 9 centimeter from the previous version to the next version. Audi isn't a US company, right? Yeah, it's not US company, it's from Germany. And they share the same platform with Volkswagen. Basically, you can say it's like the same company. Maybe they have different strategy, but it's like the Lexus and the relation between the Lexus and the Toyota. Okay. So any people can tell me why the engineer or the Chinese market customer or the manufacturer in Chinese market want add 9 centimeters more from the previous version.
Would that make it longer from the inside, wider from the inside, or just for the look?
Yeah, that's right. But why, why they didn't introduce this kind of version into like US market?
I have a question.
Okay.
Do they use seat belts in China?
Sorry, what?
Seat belts are enforced in China?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You mean the safety belt, right?
Safety belt, yes.
Yeah. The 6-liter engine is huge, especially for mid-sized sedans, so probably not liters. Okay, I think you are talking about the L question. Okay, so here's why. Here's the reason. So because in Chinese market, at the very beginning, on the road of the China, there are no too many cars, especially for the private sector. So the vehicle will be used to for the like official government guys, or like some people or businessmen, they earn money at the very beginning after the Chinese economy uh, was booming. So they uh they are not the driver of the vehicle. So they will sit on the rear seat of the vehicle. So they need larger space. So it's so different to what happened in the US market, because everyone, even for like the age like us, if we have a driver license, so we will drive the vehicle by ourselves. We don't have any like driver. But very, very interesting in China, like any kind of this kind of businessman or the official uh, official like the guys from governments, they have their own drivers. So actually the owners, they don't have driver license, so they need more space to sit on the rear seat. Maybe they want to take a nap uh, when they commute. So that's why uh, the introduce the engineer or the marketer or the represent in Chinese market want tell the manufacturer or the headquarters of Audi, we need more space for this car. But another thing is, another concern is it's very hard for a company for one type of car to have two versions, because you need to use like a different um, platform, different structure, or different other uh, parts, because it's not Camry or it's not Toyota. If you want to make a luxury, you need to change the every detail things. If you just change a little bit of the structure to let the car more safe or uh, like more comfortable, right? So so the different sector of the company have to move together to make this car, or make two versions. They need to design two frames or two platform for this car. So you can see for the picture here, you might see the difference between the two cars can be seen in the door. Here is a rear side door of the vehicle. You can see the speaker. Can you see the speaker of the vehicle on near the handle of the vehicle? The 9 centimeter longer is here. Can you see the difference? So just a 9 centimeter, it needs like so many like resources. I think so many like small companies or vehicle, they cannot do this. Or some big companies, if they just they don't want to make like two versions, they don't have they don't need to do the two version of the vehicles. They don't have the source of to do two vehicles. They don't need to cost too many resources. So we all know the priorities for like the automobile companies to make, especially for the high-end luxury car, is to make the car with cutting-edge technology and make great success in sales. I think is a mission or the goal for the every luxury car company. So they need to drive the capability of the company do by this way for the Audi A6. From the 1996, I've already mentioned the car was released in China in about 2000. So from 1996, the Chinese manufacturer start to negotiate with the manufacturer in Germany. So the engineer in Germany, they didn't understand why we need to do this. So the marketer or the representative in Chinese market, they just let the engineers in Germany. So in the next few months, you just sit at the rear seat of your car, let your wife drive the car. So then you tell me why. And after like about just a few days, they feel the space of the vehicle is not very enough for them to sit on the rear seat. So that's why they understand why the Chinese market want to introduce like new version Audi A6. So for the resources sector, like the R&D, and the design sector, started to design two frames with two types of parts for different markets. So for R&D and the design is a main sector for the resources to move for this movement. But like there are another sector need to move together, like the logistics. So I think they need different kind of like box or different container or different package to package the door or the parts or the different frames, right? Also, they need other like resources to move together to let every sector in the same image. Okay, so lastly, in 1999, the long wheelbase version was released in Chinese market and made great success. Okay, any question here? Yeah, they are not V8. They just have V4 and V6 version. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So here is a VRIO analysis. So why I use a red font to emphasize sustainable competitive advantage. I think the thing you need to know is the VRIO is not just randomly pick one of them. They have the sequence. So at the very beginning is V, is valuable, and then rare, and then I, immutable, and at the very ending is organized. So you can see here's a process for you to do the VRIO analysis. At the very beginning, if the resource of your company is not competitive advantage, you can say it's a competitive disadvantage or competitive failure here. So if the company have the valuable resources, it has to be rare. So you can see it's competitive parity. The competitive parity means when a company survives but doesn't have a real competitive advantage over rivals. Okay, so if the resources are valuable, rare, and inimitable, so it can be a temporary competitive advantage. So it can be a one of the competitive advantage you can see is a competitive advantage, but it's just temporary. So because other company, they need a shorter time or long time, they can imitate what you have done before. Okay, so if you want to achieve sustained or substantive competitive advantage, you have to be organized. I mean, the different sector of the company have to be organized. So if the company only have the three VRI, but doesn't have the O organized, it can still be like an use competitive advantage. So that means the company, the resources of a company is still not very competitive. It's not competitive, not sustained competitive advantage. Okay, so that's why I mentioned here is sustainable competitive advantage, creating a sustainable competitive advantage. So here is another chart. It's the same thing, but you can see they might use like different type of term here. So for the company, they are not valuable. Here is use a competitive failure, not the competitive disadvantage. Disadvantage is the same thing. So second one, competitive advantage, which means the company only has the valuable resources, but not rare. So here it use a competitive parity. It's the same thing from the previous one. And also here, they just use a competitive advantage. I mean, this picture here is the same as what Professor mentioned in his lecture. And here, the picture use a competitive advantage. That means the company has a competitive advantage from the resources, which is valuable and rare, but not inimitable. Okay, so but it's still is not sustainable. So here, if the company has the resources which is valuable, rare and inimitable, it will be durable competitive advantage. So at very ending, if you want to achieve sustained competitive advantage, it has to be get the 4 years here. Okay. Any question here? Good. So here's a question. Does a company which has valuable resources mean it has competitive advantages?
Not exactly.
Sorry?
Not exactly. Like, is it organized? Is it inimitable, or is it rare?
Okay. So I see Francis still says yes, sure. Yeah. Okay. Tina, you have any question?
So as point out, I think professor said something regards the diamond. They be like in a company they can make a diamond. They have valuable resources, but other people can do the same because technology can like polish them and sell it at the same. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not
Like,
really,
imitate their process, right?
yeah. So there's not really competitive advantage when you have valuable resource.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the very meaningful why I use a sustainable on the previous slides. So that means like valuable resources only mean on the very first step, the resources of the company only achieve valuable, not achieve other three rare, inimitable, and organized. So that's why you can remember by this way, only valuable and rare resources can be competitive advantage, but it's just a temporary. So only valuable, rare, and inimitable can be durable competitive advantage. And only valuable, rare, and inimitable resources emerge. Also, the company is organized. The sustainable competitive advantage can come up. So that's why. Okay, I think using this way can make the image more clear, right? Let me see other questions from the chat box. Yes. Okay, good. So here is a company demo. So you can see, so why it's called diamond, just because I give you like two ways to explain why it's called diamond. First one is the shape of this analysis. I mean, the picture here is like the shape of a diamond. And also you can see, because diamonds, they might have different layers. They have top layers, center layers, or bottom layer. So it's like the shape of a diamond. So you can see, you can think about the diamond, why they call diamond by this way, or memorize the company diamonds by this way. Okay, so we can see, we can start to explain this analysis tool from bottom layer. So at the very beginning, like what we mentioned in the Audi A6 case, so the company want to make unique or the luxury car for the market and want to have a very good sales in the market. So bottom layer is a priority. We have already mentioned. Priority is you need to know what is the first thing you need to pick when you have so many resources. So it supports the capabilities and resources, drive the direction of the resources and the capabilities. So the center layer is assets we employ, which is resources, and the process we use, the capabilities. So resources mean what stuff we have. Capabilities means which kind of process we use or to exploit the resources to achieve our strengths and weaknesses, all activities of the company. So it's a top layer, the things we need to do to compete in the market. Clear? Oh, any question? More emphasis are placed on the middle two categories. Okay. So you might remember this picture from the lecture. So the Walmart and the Nordstrom, here they use a tool to analyze the two different companies, and at the very beginning they use like some questions to let you know like different part of the diamond analysis. Here, what is a company good at? It is the strengths or the weakness of the company from the company diamonds, and also resources and capabilities. Also here is resources and capabilities is here is a part of the resources and capabilities in the company diamonds. Also, how does a company create value for the customers? I think is capabilities sector from the company diamond analysis. Also here, what priority support or sustain those resources and capabilities is a priority sector from the diamond analysis. Also, you can see from here, competitive advantage, where immutable organized to exploit. So I think here is the textbook combine, because this picture is from the textbook. They combine the two tools, which is company diamonds and the VRIO together to analysis where the Walmart and the North Star here. So they are not only use company diamond. So you need to know here they use different tools to combine to analysis the company. Okay, any question here? Okay, so I think we can finish earlier for today because we don't have some case to talk about. So I want to mention or emphasize here is what we learned for chapter 3 are all internal analysis. It's not the external analysis. So we already learned the external analysis in the first or second lecture, first or second chapter, like the SWOT analysis or the Big Five analysis. When we want to analysis external threats or external like concept from of the company, you need to use that tools. But for the internal analysis, we need to know what we learned in this week lecture. The value chain analysis, VRIO company diamond here. Okay, so lastly, I just want to mention some important things. So the group project, the professor have already mentioned in the lecture. The detailed thing is on our syllabus, and each group will meet with the professor after midterm. So I think you can start earlier because although so many concepts of this group project will be taught on the next lecture, but I think you can stop earlier because I think we need to reassign some people to your current group. So you need to do the labor division, right? So you need to know each other. So don't wait until the midterm. So after today, I will send the group sheet to professor because you still have the chance to drop the class, right? Today, because it's a deadline for the class to drop. So the second thing is the Walmart mini case will be graded on Sunday. Okay, so so until now I found like something you need to know in the future is the first thing is the format. There's somebody like just over 2 pages a little bit, or like just didn't achieve the 2 pages. It's fine, but I want you to know, don't like do this in the future. So just like fully exploit the space of the pages. Okay, so use exactly 2 pages in the future. And the third thing is a mini case number 4 due next Friday. And last thing is, don't forget the quiz might happen at the very beginning of next Tuesday lecture. It includes chapter 4. Okay. Yeah, it's chapter 4. So the quiz is chapter 4 and chapter 3. I don't know. I think it will be chapter 4 only. But I think you need to, I think after today, you will have a good understanding of what we learned in the lecture, right? So I think you will remember something from the chapter 3. Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, would you be able to send us into that room where we can meet our group members?
You mean
On
the
Zoom.
name or the email, or I assign like a new chat room for you?
No, I took another class on Zoom, and when we need to meet, they can send us to a private room. The group members can meet each other.
Okay.
Would you be able to do that?
Okay, that mean like some just break up your into like different Zoom link, right? Or by any other ways, like in your own other classes.
I think it's called like a break room.
Yeah, break room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that after today because we have too many groups now. Some of group they have like only like 3 persons or 4 persons. I will keep every group into like 8 persons. So I will assign like breakup room for you, and you can meet with each others. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and also I will send you the email of everyone, so you can chat by that way. Both are
I
okay.
have a question regarding the quiz. How are the quizzes going to be like polls? Like, is it going to be a poll during class?
Yeah, I think it will be a poll because last lecture the professor didn't like pop up the quiz, right? He just used just like some discuss question or pop questions at the very beginning. So I think he will use a like just a pop-up window, a poll to do the quiz. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that how the midterm and final will be as well, like a poll?
You mean the midterm?
Yeah.
I'm not sure now. I didn't talk about with this thing with professor. He didn't mention it. I think it's not poll because poll. You might have some like simple answers if you do a poll. I'm not sure. Let me ask professor. Okay. Quizzes on Kahoot and midterm on Kahoot is like a poll and midterm on iLearn. Okay. Good. Thank you, Destiny. Brandon asks what's the difference between the value chain and the industrial value chain again. So the value chain we learned in the lecture is mainly about the company level value chain. Let me go back to the slides. Okay, the class is I think is over, and if you want to leave, please be free to do that. And if you have any question, I see here we can talk about. You can see here, Brandon, industry value chain is for like the whole chain of the industry. It's from the very beginning to the ending. That means like from the suppliers. That means if you want to make a car, the very beginning, it might be like the like the steel the steel company. They need to get the steel or exploit steel from the steel mine, right? And then ship the steel to the part company. Then they need to use a steel to make the part, and then to the firm, the the automaker, and then to the distributor, the auto dealer, and then to the customer. So that's the industrial value chain. You need to know you have how many like the upstream or downstream companies in the industry chain. So that's the industry value chain. So what we learned in the class is a company value chain, which is this picture here. Okay, is clear? Make sense?
So the industry value chain is more like general for how like materials get from the supplier to like the customer and stuff.
Yes, you can think by this way, but like here, the industry value chain is just like you need to where are you in the whole industry chain. So that's the thing, and you need to know how many guys in the whole chain you need to cooperate with them. You cannot like lack anyone from the whole chain. If you don't have the steel, you don't have the parts, you cannot make the car, right? So you need to have the whole picture of the industry. So that's the meaning of industry value chain. But for the value chain analysis, which means the company value chain is an internal analysis of the company. From like you need to analysis a different sector or different department of your company. Okay, is more clear or still no nonsense?
Oh yeah, I understand it better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you didn't add the class, you just add the class today or yesterday, you can still join the group. I think you can see the announcement in the lecture. Sorry, in the iLearn, right? Previous announcement. I have already posted the post how you can assign group or form a group. I create a Google Sheets for you guys, and you can add your name if you don't have a group on the no group title. Yeah, I've already uploaded the previous lecture into the YouTube, and you can click that button and you can subscribe me, and you can see all the lecture there. Okay, any other questions?
Bye. Thank you, Watson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Watson.
Thank you.
Hey, Watson.
Mhm.
I came in a little late. I think like 5 minutes late, but I had to log in through my phone, and on my phone it says my first name, and it says the phone. Should I send you an email for my last name?
Yeah, you mean the name of your Zoom, right?
Yeah.
But you can rename yourself here. I can see your like whole name.
That's what I tried to do, but I couldn't find it.
Let me see.
Oh, I got it.
Can you click the participants?
Yeah.
Participants and find your name, and there are two buttons. One is mute and another is more, right?
Oh, okay. I see.
And more there is rename.
Okay, there, I changed it.
Okay,
Oh, thank you.
no problem.
Listen,
Yeah.
I came in late for maybe like longer than 5 minutes. Do I need to attend the afternoon discussion or
No. You don't need it. You can recap the from the YouTube.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you walked in 5 minutes late, you're telling them to watch it on YouTube, or?
Yeah, you can watch the video on YouTube. I will post the link to the iLearn after class.
And then you want us to post our name?
Post your name?
Yeah, for the participation, are you going to be a stickler on 5 minutes late, or?
No problem.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know your pronunciation of the name. Is it Yuhan or what? Like can you rename your name from the your participants? There is a rename button from the mall, and you can change your name there.
Like on Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I disconnected a few times. We did have a quiz last lecture, right?
Yes. No, you're correct. We don't have a quiz last like. You mean the Thursday, right? Or Tuesday?
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So the quiz only happened in for one time for the whole week, and it will happen on Tuesday.
Okay, so we didn't have any so far.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So Johanna, like if you add your name into the group L, I'm not sure. Do you have you already got the permission from other group members, or you just
Yeah, I had asked the group members and they said it was
good,
okay.
good.
But I just wanted to ask you too, because I just added the class yesterday because I got a notification that there was an opening, so I just added it. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. Also, could you just send an email to professor? You have the email of professor, right?
Yeah, for Mr. Weigel.
Yeah, Ken Visual. You have if you have his email, and could you help me to do me a favor, send him an email, ask him. I'm not sure if you need to finish the first mini case because we have already finished a mini case of this class. Yeah, and
I'll email
copy
him and then
it to
CC
me.
you.
Huh? Sorry.
Yeah, I said I'll email him and then I'm gonna CC you too.
Yeah. Here is my Yeah, here's my email address I have already sent to you, and
Mhm.
you can send email to him and CC to me.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can ask him, and I will see what he will say.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Watson,
Yeah,
if we're still not in a group, do we just add our names to an empty group list?
right.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
So we still have 10 people here, I think. If you have no question, please feel free to go. And if you have any question, I will give you 2 more minutes until 11. Then I will end the meeting.